the film. Amazing process to see it get to the end after like pretty much 3 years of shooting this, which is exciting. So nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Mark Toff. I'm the composer on the film. I wrote and performed this score.
I'm Nathan Graham. I was a cinematographer for the film, and yeah, big fan of everybody here. So, you guys are the stars of the hero.
Yeah, I'll give you a real quick story on that. The part of the impetus for the film was a book, Underestimated. It was written by J.B. Hanley and Jamie Hanley, who were in the film here. And when JB had a draft of that book, it must have been early 2020. He sent me a draft of the book, which I read on a flight from New York to San Francisco, and I cried the whole way home. And I got home, and I got in my house, and I went straight down to my studio, and I wrote what's most of the themes of this for the film. They sort of just came to me, and I wrote like 3 songs based on just how overwhelmed with emotion I was on having just read the book. And a year goes by, and I'm talking to JB, and he said, "Hey, we're thinking about making a movie of this." And I said, "I will do your score." And so, really, the themes of it came from based from that, and then trying to tell a story and to sort of emotionally support each of the different spellers in the film with a slightly different theme, but that ties it all together. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, I guess I could share a little bit. So, Pat Notaro, who directed this, he's on a big shoot in Canada, so he couldn't be here. But yeah, him and I have been really best friends for a long time. And Pat had met the Hanleys. Pat has another nonprofit that he takes kids surfing. And so he had met the Hanleys back then. And so I had actually edited something for Pat that was Victory Academy years ago before it was anything. And so through that and just through the relationship, Pat had known the Hanleys as well. And then I got involved because, yeah, Pat's like, "Hey, we're gonna do this documentary." I read the book. I don't like to read. And yeah, I want to be outside. So when I read the book, I just was crying. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, I want to tell these stories. So then, just meeting all the families, you know, the film first started out just being the book, but then I think as we started filming and interviewing all the families, we just kind of, as a group, realized that, you know, it's more than just this rad book that the Hanleys wrote together. It's about like these families and these kids having a voice, and they're young adults. Sorry, I call you kids. I'm old, but yeah, having a voice and being able to share their stories. You know, I think so I'll talk forever. Just take the mic from me. But when Maddie was a really special moment when you saw in the film where she just, it was really cool. I know that this was that Don Marie has seen these things, but for me, it's just I was witnessing all this stuff firsthand for me. So it was just beautiful. Yeah, and when we were filming in Maddie, she had her loop and she was embarrassed, you know, and to us, we're just like, gosh, I get it, you know, like this is just, that's just every day for you. But she's like, no, I want to redo it. And so she, on the letterboard, said, I want to come back. And then it's cute, you probably saw, but then she wore the same clothes to make it, she's like, hey, just to make sure if it's going to look weird that I'm wearing something different, I'm going to wear the same clothes too. So just the fact that like we got to film those type of stories is just, yeah, so it was cool, sorry.
Questions. One for Don Marie. Mark first. Who was the rapper? What's that track at the end?
Oh yeah, the rapper for that is a rapper called Swade. It's Wade Coleman. He's actually a very close family friend of the Hanleys, JB and Jamie.
Swade Coleman.
Yes, he goes under the name Swade.
Swade. Okay.
How long have you been filming this for?
We started filming during the pandemic. It was August 2020, and I was actually in Portland to see Jamie and his family, and I had gray roots that were about 2 inches long, and they're like, can we film you? I'm like, oh, no. But I did meet the crew that weekend, and we spent a lot of time really talking and learning, and them learning. I mean, they knew autism already, but they didn't really know what they were getting into, I think, either. And so we started in my clinic in October. It was supposed to be 2 days of filming. We filmed for 2 years. The cast really expanded to multiple. There were so many spellers we filmed. This is my friend Laura. There were so many spellers we filmed that actually didn't end up in the doc because it was getting really gigantic. There's so many stories to be told. I mean, these are just 8 stories of hundreds and thousands of kids who are spelling to communicate. Yes.
So does that mean that there'll be part 2?
If we're lucky, yes. Yes, the real world.
Why stop at 2?